Welcome to another installment of Thrive Live. This is Ray Ramirez, co-founder of Thrive HR Consulting, and I'm here with Jason and Beth to talk today about fractional HR support, which is a service offering that we are working on in the market. We've got clients that are doing this. We're doing this with, and fractional HR really is. It's a way to get top tier HR support for smaller organizations on a much more limited cost to the organization that's purchasing those services. So Jason, maybe you can talk a little bit about that also.
Sure. I love our intro. It makes me feel so fancy.
You're welcome.
So the interim-based HR solution is really what I would call use us for as much or as little as you need. There have been, I think, many occasions where I was called by headhunters who were looking to, put, a very senior level person in a position. And what I realized was that they wanted a senior level person, but at the same time, they didn't really want a senior level person, meaning they didn't want to commit to the amount of money, the amount of work, and the amount of things that a senior level person was going to bring to the organization. They wanted some additional expertise, but all the other things were not something that really excited them to have long term. So what I realized very quickly is that by offering at a fractional, fee-based situation to be able to come in and be a fractional CHRO for somebody, or be a fractional compensation-based employee for someone, or a fractional-based benefits person for someone that has some higher skills than potentially maybe the person that you have right now, they can come in, add value, give you some information, take you through a project, up-level some processes based upon their wealth of experience working in another organization or other multiple organizations. And then you're able to move on. Or maybe you want to hire a fractional CHRO as you go in and look for another CHRO, and that person could help you with hiring your next individual, like we could help you do that. So it really became more of a solution. I think some companies just aren't ready for a particular solution, although they'd like to get there. And, we want to be able to help them do that. And so this is more of a cost efficient way, I think, for everyone. And it allows more fungibility for both the company and the person working in the role.
And we were talking earlier, a friend of ours that works for a totally different company in a different field, and how they're hiring a lot more contract workers to fill the void in their company because they just don't know where their market's going to be with the pandemic and other things going on, in their specific industry. So I think this is a good option for companies who maybe kind of don't know as much the stability and future of their company, but they really need to get their ducks in a row. It's important, I think, as well, to have somebody with the experience to make sure that, you're, checking off all the boxes, doing everything with the laws. Ray, you and I were talking about earlier how there's, different states have different employment laws, and you guys are aware of that, and you can, your team's aware of that, and you can help make sure that you're compliant with all of that. Is that right?
Well, Ray and I worked in one of the most difficult states to be compliant in, which is California. So most of my career was in Ray's career was based upon, I think, working in California-based companies, which you can't get any more legally complex than that. So yeah, we understand the compliance and regulation piece of things really, really well. The other thing too is I think you're right about the part-time to potentially contract or temp employment. As people are moving around and now are experimenting, or I don't think we're past experimenting with this, work from anywhere type of a work situation that we have. I think companies are going to move forward potentially a little bit slowly as maybe they hire somebody in Boise to do something that maybe they would have rather to hire somebody in San Mateo in their corporate office. And so there may be hey, I'll have you do this on a temp basis to see if it really works, that I can hire somebody in Boise and do this work, as opposed to hiring them, doesn't work out, and then we have to go through the whole termination and exit process, which is painful for everyone. So I think we'll see a lot more of that, and so I think there's a lot of opportunities to work in that type of a fashion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Yeah, and I think when we talk to our clients around fractional HR, really it comes down to to mitigating risk. It comes down to getting value for what you have to pay. By being able to get very competent individuals that are going to get projects done quickly. That'll get up to speed very, very quickly also, and that are going to help the organization, avoid big problems. Small organizations, sometimes do things that will get them in trouble, and you can wipe out, a year's worth of profits,
Right.
with one or two bad decisions. And I think that's the other part that's really, really important.
The other thing too is sometimes a company has a great job, and this has happened to me a number of times. The company has a great job, but they are very geographically undesirable, meaning it's a great job, but it's somewhere out in Wisconsin in a very remote place, where if you went and you took that job in Wisconsin, there's probably
Wisconsin's
no other
beautiful
job.
and fantastic and great. We love Wisconsin.
Tiny little town in Wisconsin, the chances are of you being able to find a similar job out in that direction are not super high. Right. So there's another opportunity for companies to work with an individual to help them in situations where they may not be in a highly desirable geographic location. And there's a lot of those, by the way. And I love Wisconsin. Yeah. Sorry about the factors. Okay.
Well, my husband drops an hour and a half to work and an hour and a half from work. So, he's not Mr. Happy when he comes home. I can tell you that right now. We love him.
Is he still going to have to do that post-COVID?
Yeah. No. But he's business development. So the thing about his role is, right now with COVID, he needs to be out seeing clients, taking them golfing. We're saying he's got this budget to entertain clients, but he's in the oil and gas industry, and typically, right now that industry is on basic lockdown. Nobody's allowed to either come in the office or go be entertained anywhere. So he's got his own challenges with that, but that's another day. That's another topic.
I can be entertained somewhere, and I can no.
Yeah. Different topic. But no, please, we are ready to help organizations. We'd love to talk to you about some of your challenges and some of the projects that are kind of sitting on your desk that are collecting dust and need to get accomplished. And we're ready to step in and help. So please let us know, and it doesn't cost anything at all for a quick phone call, to have a discussion.
And also on the project. Oh, sorry, Beth, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was going to say the value that your clients get when they hire Thrive HR is they get not only your wealth of experience, but you have an entire team under you. So if you've got someone who you've hired full-time, paying benefits, putting money away in their 401, getting their health benefits, get the salary up to where they need to be, getting all their bonuses set in place. By the time you've got all that, you still have an individual sitting in the office. And if you've got, if you don't have a lot of major projects going on or a lot of busy work for them, you're kind of burning through your money there. So if you've got an individual that you want to, you've got a position that you need filled in HR, but you can work with a fractional HR company like Thrive Consulting, then you've got those bases covered, but you're not paying what you would normally pay to hire somebody full time. So I think it's great. Your experience, your whole team behind you. I mean, that's added value. I think.
Well, and the other thing too to remember is that we do a lot of project-based work too. And the project-based work that we're doing, we are working out a price per project, meaning we're going to come in and we're going to quote you the price to get the project done. Mm-hmm. So I spent a lot of time talking to some ex-McKinsey consultants, ex-Deloitte consultants, and others. And one of the things that they told me was that they believe that companies were going to very quickly getting to the point where they didn't want to spend $550 an hour on a huge amount of consultants coming through their organization, and paying on materials and expenses and everything else. That companies really wanted to see value more quickly and understand what it was going to cost, and actually have a company that came in and solved the problem as well. And so that's really what we're trying to do, is we want to make you aware of, we're going to fix the problem, and it's going to be cost efficient for your budget, which is really the way that it should work. And so we've had a huge amount of success and uptick with that. And I think people have really, really liked that model, right? At least that's been my perception.
Yeah, we've gotten very, very positive feedback from our clients around our set pricing model for projects, as well as our fractional consulting approach. So definitely, please give us a call. Really would love to help any way we can.
And what's the phone number and what's the website? Don't forget.
The website is www.thrivehrconsulting.com. And if you want to send us an email, it's thrive@thrivehrconsulting.com.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you. And thank you, audience, for your time. We look forward to seeing you again. Gentlemen, have a great day. We'll talk later.
Thank you, Beth. Appreciate it.
Yes,
See ya. Bye-bye.